What's going on guys, DeanCentral here with another Rust video. In this one we're going to be going over the basic fundamentals for PvPing in Rust. These tips and tricks will apply to most of the first person shooter games that you play, so they are worth noting. I could have thought of a million more tips and tricks to add to this video, but I didn't want to have you guys sitting around watching 3 seasons of how to PvP in Rust, so I shortened it down to the basic fundamentals of Rust and put it in a video for you guys. If you guys would like, you could put some of the tips that you have below the video in the comment section, that way people can go through and read them. Coming in at tip number 1, you want to always make sure that you have the high ground in a gunfight. As you can see, this player here is really struggling to hit the guy on the hill. This is because when you have the high ground, you only have to show as much as your body as you need to, just enough to where you can peek over the top and take a shot at your enemy. Then, once your enemy is taken out, go grab that sweet loot and move on with your day. Tip number 2. I always find this happening with new players and sometimes experienced ones too. Every time I shoot at a person, I always see them trying to resort to the closest tree or bush to them. You guys really need to know that a tree does not affect a bullet at all. It doesn't block you from getting shot, a bush doesn't hide you at all. All you're doing is standing completely still for someone to shoot you. If anything, you're making it pretty easy for someone to get the kill. If there isn't a rock or any other form of actual cover close by, then you're better off just booking it or trying to turn around and fight the guy. And that brings us to tip number 3. You may find this one as a no-brainer, but honestly most people don't really think about it when they're in the moment. You always want to make sure that first shot counts. If you're able to sneak up on someone like this, go for the headshot, because if you don't, you're often going to find yourself in a situation where the enemy gets away. The point of this is taking the enemy out before they even realize that you're there. Tip number 4. When you do end up getting a kill, make sure you're zigzagging in a circular, random motion while looting a body. You never know if this person has friends nearby coming to kill you, so if you're moving like a maniac, they're most likely going to miss that first shot and you're going to know that they're there. That's why this is a lot safer than just standing still. Number 5. When you're out and about, you're always going to want to navigate with the terrain around you. Find the closest bush, rock, tree, or any other thing that will give you cover and run to it. When you're navigating with the terrain, it always keeps you hidden at all times and keeps you in cover. Tip number 6. Don't ever spray your gun at someone like this unless you're in extremely close quarters with them. You're going to want to almost always resort to tapping at a medium to long range distance with any semi-automatic rifle. This is going to get the job done a lot quicker without using all of your ammo, and without making that much noise. Tip number 7. When you're getting shot at and don't have any way to defend yourself, you're going to want to always run in a random zigzag line. This will make it very hard for the person shooting at you to actually land a shot. Tip number 8. When you're engaging a player from a sniper position or any elevated area, you're going to want to always change positions after every single shot you take. This will keep the player guessing of where to pre-aim next, giving you that split-second advantage to take your shot and get the kill. The more random you switch up your positions, the longer you're going to have to line up that perfect headshot and get some of that sweet loot. Tip number 9. It's always pretty handy to carry around a sleeping bag and put it in your hotbar when you're going out anywhere from your base. That way if you do stumble upon a small group like this, you can slap it down and try and take them out. That way if you do end up getting killed, you can always respawn right there and jump back into the fight. Another thing that you never want to forget is to always make sure you take out all of the witnesses, even the cute teddy bears. Another thing I would like to point out is the field of view that you're playing in. I currently play around 76, 77 field of view on average, but if you have it turned all the way up, your game is very zoomed out like this. You can see your surroundings very, very well. If there were a player over there on the shore, you wouldn't really be able to see him if the FOV was that high, but if it was low like this, you can definitely see people over there. Times that you should use low FOV is whenever you're sniping or scouting an area. If you're out running about, you should have it more on the higher side, that way you can see your surroundings a lot better. One way to show you guys how the FOV thing works is by putting a window in front of me. If I have my field of view all the way up, it looks like this. I can see the window and what's behind it. If I put it all the way down, all I'm looking at is what's outside the window, and that is what really matters to me. So when you're sniping, low FOV is definitely the way to go. Another thing that's very important is the mouse sensitivity and the DPI that your mouse is set to. you should be able to do a full 360 with one mousepad swipe. I currently play with my sensitivity on 1 and my DPI on 400. You should have your DPI set anywhere from 4 to 800 and then the sensitivity set accordingly to the full 360 mousepad swipe. If you set it up that way, your movement is going to be a whole lot more smooth and you're going to be able to line up headshots a lot easier, especially at a distance. Honestly, the number one tip that I have for you guys for PvP in any game is to be confident in yourself. You always want to go into a battle being 100% confident. Don't think like, oh, I don't have the best gun or the best gear, so I'm probably gonna lose this gunfight. Don't think anything like that. Go into it very confident and believe in yourself, and most of the time you'd be surprised what you can do. Anyways, that's basically it, guys. I hope you really learned something from this video. If you did, please share it with a friend, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. This bear is literally insane. Like, why is this bear not dying?
Oh my god, so many hit marker sounds. Listen to this shit.
Oh my god. This bear is nuts. Look at the rock tower.